lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà.
Ire tèmi kò máa ní kọjá mi o.
Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Edis, congratulations. Edis, congratulations.
Modernization, chicken from one pressure, street orientation. Modernization, from one pressure. All my niggas sharp, bro. Cover face like Badger. Get feel like but we know they cup. TikTok boss them tap. Pass for the shit, rababa. Oh my ijo, rababa. Feeling good, banana. Music don't need permission to enter your spirit. Anyway, anyhow, you know say you go feel me. Music don't need permission to enter your spirit. Yeah. Anyway, anyhow, you know say you go feel me.
I live in like no other. I don't need talk and you go no feeling good banana.
Which kind life where I never see? I carry God so I fear nothing. Steady increase in the commas. Comma. Original no be parody. It no fit clear for your memory. Whether now winter or summer, I did Papa does savannah. Living life, see my fire burning bright within the inside me. Small leeway, they mighty, they never know I color. No remove fine, check and balance everything inside my mind daily. Trust me, you can't fool me. Energy don't got logo, more friendly and conscious. I'm allergic to so. I'm not ready for confusion. They're telling me make I show love. Stability on bono. in the commas, comma, comma, comma.
The sun, I wanna feel it shine inside me, oh yeah.
I wanna walk into the beat of the drum. I want my loved ones all around me, oh yeah.
We together as one, we're all the same. Oh yeah, get together as one, let's celebrate and let the world know.
Yes, we love Africa. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, entrepreneurs. Good evening, brothers. Good evening, sisters. I hope that everyone is feeling so good today. It's a wonderful weekend. And of course, happy weekend and happy first Saturday of the month of March. And I'm going to be happy tonight to say Happy New Month to everybody. Happy New Month, okay. Happy New Month, Patience. Happy New Month, Tomisi. Happy New Month. Who else? Valerian. Happy New Month. Who else? Who else am I seeing on the screen? If your camera is not on, I'm not going to wish you Happy New Month. No. So I'm looking for those with camera on right now. If your camera is still off, you're definitely wrong. Kindly put on your camera. Let us get tonight really, really interesting. All right. So Happy New Month, everyone, once again. And I'm so happy that we are all here, irrespective of what we are probably, engaged with currently. I hope that Titilayo is not at an event today. Happy New Month, Titilayo. You're all welcome to the Entrepreneurs Assembly. And you know how we do it. Every first Saturday of the month is usually a very big day for us because it's like we are having our Thanksgiving or our special party to launch the month and then to get ourselves, reactivated to actually do a lot more in the new months. Like we have to, gather to feel the energy of our founder, and then that usually just falls into achieving greater things every single month, starting the month on a very high note. So it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to the month of March, and it's really going to be a great month for us all. Amen. All right. So while we wait for others to join, I'm sure that you have one or two people to remind right now about the assembly. Who knows? So can you just take 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to do that? Reach out to your loved ones, tell them that we're about to really, really get started again today. And today's really going to be interesting, like I said. So yesterday, we had our 12th year anniversary. And today is going to be like our anniversary party. So we're ready for a very, very interesting party this evening. I am so pumped up. So right about now, pick up the link, share with your friends, with your families, with your enemies, whosoever they are, wherever they are. Are they in Nigeria? Are they in Ghana? Are they in Kenya? Just reach out to them and tell them we have started. This is 6 p.m. GMT +1, and it is really going to get interesting. DJ, can you please help us with very, very interesting song while we do that? And then if your camera is not turned on, by the time we are back, I want to see you on the screen, smiling with your good background and your good lighting as well. Then I will see you soon. DJ, thank you.
Nobody's angel, that's what I did for you, my friend.
that you are well. I hope your market sell. Every day I dey pray for you. Make you Baba, God bless you. I never forget you. I gon' forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest upon me. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. The money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you. Yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I lie. I did for you, my friend. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I lie. I did for you, my friend. Remy Atata, you always stay in my mind. Padi me gone, gone, gone. I cherish you with my life. Don't worry yourself, oh. Everything go day alright. And if anybody try you, you know it's gonna be on sight. See my shoulder, make you rest upon me. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. I'm on the money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you. Yeah. How are you, my friend? I see you, my brother. How do you do, my friend? I see you, my sister. I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. So long. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. I know sometimes it be like say nobody sent you. That's when I did for you, my friend. I know that I don't call enough, but you're always on my mind. Oh,
How
I
do you
did for
do,
you,
my friend?
my
How are you all doing today? Something caught my attention while dancing, and I would say that Dr. J.S. Francis, Ma, you look so beautiful tonight. I love your hair, I love your smile, your outfit. Oh my God, I'm blown away. All right, everyone, you're welcome back to the Entrepreneurs Assembly. You're welcome back to the Entrepreneurs Assembly. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the foremost entrepreneurship network organization in Africa and beyond. I can see Ryan. Ryan, you're welcome back. It's nice to see you again, brother. Dan, welcome as well. It's really nice to see you all this evening joining. So like I said earlier, that today we're going to be having a lot of fun today because it's our 12th year anniversary and it's a very strategic year. It's been a wonderful 12 years of growth, of intentionality, of great vision, of impacting different lives, of transforming the life of different entrepreneurs from across the world. Just imagine from Kenya, from Ghana, just imagine from the US, UK, from Nigeria. It's been a lot of years of so many amazing things. And we all are products of 12 wonderful years. Can we give AYE a big clap? Can we give AYE a big clap? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if you're just joining us for the first time, this is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. And this is what we do. We help entrepreneurs, we help you get developed, we help you get trained, cultured. Like you're going to be seeing a lot of things happening today. We are cultured people. We know the right thing to do. We know what to do at the right time. Like we are informed, we are transformed. Our mindset is top-notch. We have a very strong identity. Wherever you see any AYE member, any AYE vision carrier, you just know that this is a member, this is AYE. This is the whole vision in a person. So you are definitely in the right place and you're welcome. All right. We are going to be watching a short video if it's less for me, I would say we shouldn't. But of course, for the sake of those joining us for the first time, there's a way we do here. We want to make you get incorporated into what we do and into who we are. That's why I would like us to watch a very short video on how to attend a Zoom meeting. So if you're wondering, like, we are all, looking all peng and all, suit up, corporate, beautiful, it's because we have learned all of this things over the years. I mean, 12 years of learning. It's not a joke. So DJ, please, can you help us with how to attend a Zoom meeting video so that our new members can also learn? Thank you.
How to attend an online video meeting. Number 1, always stay in the center of the screen. Your face should be in the middle of the screen, not at the top or at the bottom of the screen. Number 2, your camera should always be at face level, maintaining a distance of 30 centimeters or an arm length from the screen. Number 3, your lighting should always be in front of you, not behind you. Number 4, always use the landscape option when using the video call option on your phone. Number 5, your background should be simplistic with plain decor. This keeps the attention of the audience focused on you. Number 6, always make sure there are no moving objects or people behind you while you're in an active meeting. Number 7, always keep your camera on. It is considered unprofessional and in most gatherings unacceptable to leave your camera turned off. Number 8, remember to switch off your mic or mute it when not actively participating in a conversation or dialogue. Number 9, always check to make sure your name and company name appear on the window tab. Number 10, always try to be still. Avoid making too many movements or fidgeting during a meeting. Number 11, eating food or having a snack during a video session is considered rude and indecent. However, having a glass of water, tea, or coffee is acceptable. Number 12, when speaking, also try to maintain a normal tone or pitch. Never shout or speak erratically. Number 13, be on time and ready. Make sure you have everything set up 10 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Number 14, always look smart. Dress appropriately, you never know who's watching. Number 15, always let the team know when you're done speaking by indicating I'm done or thank you. Number 16, do not exceed your time limit. Number 17, always have your pen and notepad ready so you can take down important points and highlights of the meeting. This is very important. Number 18, make sure all the necessary devices are functional and running, such as your mic, camera, speakers, and internet connection. Also check your device battery status to make sure they are fully charged. Number 19, always stay focused and attentive during the meeting. Avoid multitasking so you don't get yourself and others distracted. Number 20, most importantly, try to be yourself. Stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
Thank you very much. I hope that you have been able to learn a lot about how to attend a Zoom meeting. So in case you find yourself in some other spaces, like some other places, and you need to attend a virtual meeting like this one, you already know what to do so you can fully represent AYE community very well. So you're welcome to join us, and we hope that you have found a place to stay like a home. Thank you very much. All right, I'll be taking us through the creed and out of about AYE. But before I go to reading the creed to us, I would like to tell you all about the organization. We all know about AYE already, but this is just for the sake of those who are just joining us for the first time. I know you've heard a lot about this community. That is why you are here today, to witness what others have been telling you about the community yourself. And that is what I'm going to be doing this evening, to take you through that journey again, so that you can fully understand that this is a home for you and a home for every single entrepreneur out there. So after this meeting, feel free to invite every single person that you know to this community. So this is AYE, like I said earlier, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, the largest, the foremost, the most beautiful, the most I don't know what to qualify AYU with. AYU is just beautiful. And this is a home. This is a home for you. You can stay here, you can connect with any person, you can connect with Dan, you can connect with Chief of Staff, you can connect with Titilayo, different entrepreneurs from across the globe. And that is what we do. We connect each other together, we do businesses together, we listen to life transforming messages. This year has been our year of selling, and we've been recording so many testimonials about different teachings, and people have been, having a lot of stories to share about a lot of these teachings. And that is why I'm here to tell you again that you cannot afford to miss any session going forward. We are glad that you are here now, but you've missed a lot of sessions, all right? Being a new person. You can also go to our YouTube page to check up every single thing that you've missed, that you might have missed this year. We've had a lot of topics before now, and going forward, I'm sure that you will always, put on your reminder to join the assembly. Now, let's go back to the creed. And before I forget, if you would like to become a member of the organization, there are a lot of benefits attached to being a bona fide member of the organization. So I'm sure that the admin would have sent the link to becoming a member in the chat box. Please, after this meeting, not now, so you don't get distracted. So after this meeting, please click on the link and then check for yourself the different membership packages that you would like to belong to. We have the enterprise, we have the executive, exclusive, student membership, and a whole lot of membership with different benefits. All right. So thank you very much, and you're welcome again. Now back to the creed. This is how we take the creed. We are going to put our heads together this way. That's number one. And then what is the creed? The creed is an affirmation, is like a prayer that we all recite. I'm sure that in our different endeavors, like in our churches, in our mosques, whenever we worship, we have a particular thing that we do before we get started in our different activities. So here we read the creed to connect our heart together and to remind us of who we are as an organization. And then it's like we are praying for ourselves, and then we are also praying for Africa. All right. I'm sure that you really understand that. So I'm going to be taking us the creed now. Can we put our hands together this way, everybody? And then I would ask that two people follow me, Folarin and Chief of Staff, if you don't mind, please unmute your mic, and then let's do this together. Thank you. Are we ready? All right. I am an African young entrepreneur.
I am an African young entrepreneur.
I believe in Africa.
I believe in Africa.
I am in love with Africa.
I am in love with Africa.
I am proud of Africa, and I will prosper in Africa.
I'm proud of Africa, and I will prosper in Africa.
I am an African for a purpose, and for that purpose do I live.
I am an African for a purpose, and for that purpose do I live.
I believe in the development of our great continent.
I believe in the development of our great continent.
I solemnly promise to uphold the vision, values, and goals of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization.
I solemnly promise to uphold the vision, values, and goals of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization.
I promise to love and support my fellow Africans.
I promise to love and support my fellow Africans.
I promise to promote a united Africa everywhere I go.
I promise to promote a united Africa everywhere I go.
Because I believe that.
Because I believe that.
If you can achieve this much alone,
how much
more
we achieve together?
Can we achieve together?
step into the sun. There is more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Ooh, there is far too much to take in here, more to find they can never be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of God, and it moves us all through despair and hope, faith and love, till we find a place on that path unwinding in the circle
Wow, Circle of Life, bringing all of us together. So sharing this space as one family, loving each other, supporting each other, rooting for one another. And of course, what else will I say? You all are looking beautiful. And I'm glad that I'm in this space with you. And I want to say thank you to the visionary of this great assembly and this great community, Dr. Sumisma Francis. Mr. President, thank you very much for creating such a beautiful platform that connects us together from across the world. It's really beautiful here. It's always beautiful. Thank you very much. And so every single person supporting the vision as well. I can see Titila, you're clapping. Thank you. Thank you for clapping. All right. So it is time for birthdays and testimonials, then before we move into the real matter of the day. But before I go on with birthdays, so if you have physical testimonials to share, please get ready, because we will not be, waiting so long for physical test. So if you have a physical testimonials to share, please get ready. So as soon as we are done with birthdays, then you can just raise up your hands and then share your physical testimonials. Now let's take birthdays. So if you are born in March, I feel like thinking to every single birthday celebrant for this month. So if you are born in March, can we see your hands up? If you are born in March celebrant, where are you? March celebrant. Oh, Titilayo, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Esther. Happy birthday. DJ Kids, do we have better songs ready, or do you want me to sing myself? So which one do you prefer? March celebrant, keep it coming. Thank you. Let's celebrate together.
Tout le monde est là pour toi, joyeux anniversaire. On est tous venus ce jour pour ton anniversaire. On vient tous de loin pour que ton anniversaire soit une réussite en ce jour, donc happy birthday. Faut te lever pour danser, happy birthday. Personne n'est fatigué, happy birthday. Avec toi on va s'enjailler, happy birthday. Bouge c'est maintenant ça commence, aujourd'hui c'est ton jour, happy birthday. Ça vous gagne de happy birthday sans s'arrêter, parce que c'est ton anniversaire. Il n'y aura pas de poisson si on a checké, hein. J'espère que tu as envoyé le cadeau, hein. Tes amis sont là, ta famille est là, les tontons sont là, les tontines aussi sont là, tous les parrains sont là, les marraines aussi sont là. En tout cas, faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez. Personne n'est fatigué, avec toi on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma dembe, aujourd'hui c'est ton jour. Et ça vous gagne, sans s'arrêter. dégainer, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chanter. Personne n'est fatigué, avec quoi on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma reine, aujourd'hui c'est ton jour. Et ça vous gagne, et sans s'arrêter, parce que c'est ton anniversaire. Je vous laisse un petit chantier pour vous en santé. On te trappe.
All right, thank you very much. I feel like still dancing and dancing and dancing, but don't worry, we have a lot of dancing to do today. I said we are going to be having some very, very, very fun activities today. Wait for it. I'm sure you didn't see this coming, but just wait for it. All right. Happy birthday to Tilayo. Happy birthday to every single March celebrant. God bless you. Increase on all sides, more growth this month, this year, and then the Lord bless you. Amen. Okay, it's time for testimonials. So if you have physical testimonials, can I see you? Can you indicate? Can you show? Can you raise up your hands by using the reaction button? If you have any testimonials to share, while you do that, I would like to take one of the written testimonials that we have here. It was sent to us, and like we always say, there will always be testimonials, a lot of testimonials to share, right? But we cannot fully take all the testimonials. So imagine we have to take all the testimonials. I mean, we won't leave here today, but I'll just be reading few of the testimonies that we have here while you prepare to share your physical testimonials. So let me see your hands up while I read out this particular beautiful testimonial from one of our members. All right, so I have here, hello everyone. I would have loved to share this testimony myself, but I could not be here today because of a business trip that I had to take. I want to say thank you to AYE and happy anniversary. I am a great beneficiary of the organization. I have joined AYE as an executive member for 4 years now, and I can say that since then, I have gotten quality information, connections, and also lessons from the assembly that have transformed my business and brought me out of my shell. I am no longer a roadside miner, but now an entrepreneur that do business with global companies from all around the globe. Thank you, AYE, for holding my hands and helping me to achieve this. I wish I could see this person in person, right? And I wish this person is actually at the assembly, but unfortunately is on a trip. So this testimonial is from Kingsley. Kingsley is from Ghana. Wow. I think Kingsley deserves a clap and AYE deserves a very big clap. That was a beautiful testimony. And I'm sure that every single one of us here, we have this kind of testimony to share about the organization. I mean, it's been 12 years, 12 good years. Wow, amazing. So I'm going to take the second one, but before I go on, do we have anyone with physical testimonials there? Because as soon as I take the second one, then we move into the business of the day. Do we have any other testimonial? I will just go ahead with the second one. Hello, everyone. I want to say thank you to AYE. It's like this organization is strategic for me this season. I have learned a lot about business development and how to sell. And I would say happy anniversary, AYE. I wish that this anniversary could be a physical party where all AYE members would gather in one space, connect and see themselves, and then jubilate and celebrate, because it's really been a very good 12 years. And thank you to Dr. Smithman Francis for an amazing work in 12 years. God keep you and God keep strengthening you. Wow, wow, amen and amen and amen and amen. So this testimony was, thank you for the clap. This testimony was from Treasure is from Kenya. All right, thank you for the beautiful testimonies. I guess we have to move into the business of the day right now. I can see Chief of Staff smiling and very excited to jump into this session. So I would say happy anniversary to AYE. Can we give thumbs up? Can we scream wherever we are? Can we dance? Can we scream? Can we shout? Jumping up out of this chair, serious. I don't know. I'm just so excited.
I feel so excited too. I feel so excited too. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day to everyone again. And as you all know, I'm the Chief of Staff to the President of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. And today is a very amazing day. I'm sure you all must have seen, you're expecting something, right? You're expecting to, hear from Mr. President. Yes, we're going to hear from Mr. President today. Am I right? How many of you are expecting to hear from Mr. President? Great stuff. But this time, we're going to hear from a different angle. Right. So it's 12 years, and it's important that, we share, we learn, we understand that journey of 12 years. Right. And it was very significant for a lot of reasons, which was a testimonial that I wanted to share, but I just kept it to, I already knew that the moderator was going to give me the mic. And please celebrate the moderator herself, Okpayemi. That was a very great one out there. And so when I knew she was going to give me the mic, I just said, let me just reserve the best testimony for, that time. And the reason why we're going to have a different feel for today's assembly, right, is because of it's a very special time for us here at Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. Now, the same day that Africa's Young Entrepreneurs clocked 12 years, the same day our president was reappointed by the government of Nigeria, this time not just as a special advisor on entrepreneur, but of course with an upgraded portfolio. The special advisor to the governor on entrepreneurship and innovation. That is something we should really celebrate. You should just put up the celebration emoji and stuff. That was very amazing. It was the same day. And so I knew it was very emotional for Mr. President that day. Imagine it was emotional for me. So I can imagine, Mr. President that day. And so the idea today is then to, share, talk about these 12 years and, all of that. Now, a lot of people must have been asking, AYE, 12 years, really? Especially just who are just joining us in 2014. I mean, some just joined in 2013, 2023, sorry, and 2024, and you've been wondering 12 years, what's been going on for 12 years, So before we continue, I'm going to be playing a video, and the video is just about the journey of our convention, basically, since 2014. So brace up and watch.
As I look around the room and all the people outside the room, this is a miracle to get so many people in one room with a common purpose. It's not a small thing.
This is the AYE convention. There are thousands of entrepreneurs trooping in. This is the largest gathering of entrepreneurs in Africa.
The spirit behind AYE is a ritual.
The first thing that should drive you as an entrepreneur is the desire to change the world. That is how businesses can thrive. Let our people become known for business and enterprise. Our generation is the generation of greatness.
The death of the life of your dreams begins in your minds.
As the chief patroness of AYE, I wish to announce that our organization will be launching a platform that will turn around the lives of entrepreneurs all over the world.
We have never seen this crowd of youth come together.
Have you seen a crowd this large?
This is the most dignified set of people I've seen in a very long time.
I've seen this crowd. This will be the third time. Every time I'm in summit. As I said last week, I've never seen a crowd this large.
Humanity's origin.
So it just came to my notice that people were not hearing the audio. Please, can you hear the audio? Please confirm. You can hear the audio. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, great.
We're on the African continent, and humanity's future is now again back on the African continent. Thank you again, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs.
Can someone just, give a clap to that video? Can someone just give a clap to that video? I'm just gonna take it from, I can see Williams, smiling so hard. Don't worry, Williams. I'm aware that you're coming around soon for, the next big thing that we're having. And if you notice, I'm gonna use this point to, touch point on something. Okay, so I got to know that some people had issues with listening to the audio, which I believe that was a network issue. Please, let me be sure many of us got to, hear the audio that was with the video played. Please just give a thumbs up if you heard the audio with the video. Okay, great stuff. Okay, great stuff. Okay, great stuff. So, so the ending part was by Philip Oswald, right? Professor Philip Oswald, who is the director of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. They are the ones in charge of the Global Entrepreneurship Week. So about 6 years ago or 7 years ago, if I'm right, he was one of the speakers at the Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Convention. Now, he was the one who actually said that humanity's origin, started from the African continent and is now back again on the African continent. And as many of you would know, this year we're hosting the largest entrepreneurship festival in the world, the largest entrepreneurship event, which is the Global Entrepreneurship Festival. So for us, or for me, it feels like Professor Philip, he's the prophet who actually said it, right? And imagine that it's being hosted at the Entrepreneurship Village, by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs and during the Entrepreneurship Week. Right. So it's just for me a lot of vision alignment. It's just for me a lot of amazing journey. And even right now, having consistency with, always having this assembly every Saturday, people learning, people sharing their testimonials, and all of this amazing thing. It is to say that, yes, this is indeed a vision. And I'm not going to leave it to me alone. We're just going to be doing two very simple things today. Number one is we're going to take from everyone, or as much can raise their hand, for a particular given period of time, right? And you just tell us, what does AYE really mean to Africa? What does AYE really mean to you? Just those two questions, in celebrating the 12 years anniversary, right? So you tell us, what does AYE mean to Africa, and what does AYE mean to you? Right. And also to add, if you've still not gotten your Global Entrepreneurship Festival ticket, now is the time. I'm sure you can see how our conventions are, most times always fully booked. So it's something that you don't want to sleep on. Right. And the second thing we'll be doing today is to listen from the founder himself. I mean, if you know what we do every second Saturday. Can someone tell us? Someone that is not, someone different. Can somebody tell us what we do every Saturday? Every second Saturday. Oh, wow. Nobody's hand is up. So every second Saturday. Okay, William, let me ask you to unmute your mic.
Okay. Every second Saturday is when President goes over a topic that he believes that we should take action on.
So to be sure it's not just me, because I wasn't really hearing him.
Every second Saturday is when the president goes over a topic that he believes we should take action on.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear what
So
he said?
yes, I got what he said. I got what he said, but I think that is what happens every first Saturday. So every second Saturday is our fireside chat, right? And today we're actually having a mini fireside chat, but this time with the president himself. This time is to hear from the president himself, to share, and we just ask questions about the journey of 12 years. So before we go to that journey of 12 years, While I call people randomly, if you want to go first already, you can just, raise up your hand, right? You can just raise up your hand and I can call you up, to tell us what entrepreneurship means to Africa and what AYE means to you. Also, sorry, the correct question is, what does entrepreneurship means to Africa and what does AYE means to you? So you just raise up your hand randomly, right? You just raise up your hand randomly and we can then, take anyone who wants to talk about that. And if you're not raising your hands, trust me, I'm just going to call you randomly. So if you want to go first already, you can raise up your hand. If you're not going first, I just take, people randomly. So it's very simple. What does entrepreneurship mean to Africa? And what does AYE mean to you? I can see, I can see some people, Lauren Damilari, Apia. I can see you trying to raise your hand. So you can just go down to your screen and use the reaction button. So there's a reaction button down your screen. You can use it to, raise your hand. You can use it to raise your hand. And please, it's important that you have your video turned on. I'm only going to be calling those who have their video turned on, right? So please turn on your video. Please turn on your video and you would be asked, what does entrepreneurship mean to Africa and what does AYE mean to you? And to be leading us with the answer to this question, I'll be calling on an amazing brother, Mr. Martin. Martin, you've been asked to meet your... Please, you have 1 minute.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are. Yes, you
are. Okay,
yes,
okay.
You are.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Faith. Entrepreneurship, what does it mean to Africa? It's an opportunity for us, Africans, to show the stuff we are made of, to show that the best is yet to come from all the products that we have been seeing all over the world, that the best of quality products, the best of innovation is coming out from Africa. It's an opportunity for us to showcase what we have to the world. And what does AYE mean to me? AYE means a breeding ground, one of the best networks of young entrepreneurs coming out from a great training ground with persons from all over the world, training Africans to be their best, to give their best to the world. That's the best I can say for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Martin, for that, for that feedback. So I'm also going to be calling Mr. President simultaneously. So I'll just take one question and I give one question to, I take one answer and give one question to Mr. President. Guys, is it okay we do that? We do that. All right, great stuff. Okay, great stuff. I can see Mr. President now. So I'll take one and I've taken an answer. So now let me give a question and the question will go to Mr. President. First, I would like to say thank you for not just hearing the vision, seeing the vision, but the decision to actually go ahead with this vision. I can imagine how big it must have been when it started, right? So I would start with that appreciation before I then ask the question. The first year, the very first year of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, how was it like? The very first year.
Thank you very much. Please stand me I always on mute, but I got your question loud and clear. See you. Nice to see everybody. And welcome to the room. Welcome to the session. I was shocked when the program's director said we are going to change the format because of the 12-year anniversary. But at the same time, I did appreciate it that this is not even a time to start speaking and speaking. It's also a time to reflect back, learn from the story, learn from the journey, because the journey itself can teach us a lot. And shockingly, today, out of all days, there's now crazy storm in Nigeria. It's raining in this part of the state. I'm sure you can see some people, their ring light is kind of like funny. Mine is funny because my house light just went off. The generator's backup system went off. So, but I'm glad that we as all halls are able to still, maneuver and be in the room. And that's one of the problems entrepreneurship will solve in Africa. This load shedding, downtime when it comes to electricity and power. But once again, thank you so much to everyone who celebrated with me. It's the day. I'm really humbled by your show of love, your comments, your appreciations. Honestly, it's really touchful, and at the same time, it was overwhelming. It was really overwhelming because wasn't planned. How can they be swearing you in without informing you before? It was shocked. I knew at 9th of the previous day, so it was just overwhelming that I'm going to be sworn in tomorrow. On what? I wasn't even sure what portfolio, and it happened at the same time. It was our 12-year anniversary, and it was my late mom's birthday as well, the 1st of March. So all those three emotions was just so overwhelming. I was emotionally exhausted, a mix of happiness, and at the same time, a mix of also missing my late mom. But I wrote a caption where I said that the link behind all those feelings is my late mom who taught us generosity. And that generosity was the one that gave birth to that vision, the vision to be able to give back to entrepreneurs across the continent. And at the same time, it's that late mom that taught us the spirit of excellence, doing things good and proper. And that's the culture we've always had in AYE. And like even with our virtual rooms, I tell everybody if you're coming into a virtual room, there's a way you must look, there's how you must look, there's how your setup must be because of the spirit of excellence. And it's that spirit of excellence that got us the appointment. Because if there's not been an appointment, or if there's not been an excellent spirit, a spirit of doing things in the right way, I don't think we'll be able to have that kind of appointment in the first place. But going back to, so once again, thank you so much, everyone, for celebrating, and thank you so much, everyone, for your love, and thank you so much for the well wishes. Going back to the question asked by the Chief of Staff, which I now love, or I must say I appreciate the fact that this session is now learning from the vision and from the 12 years journey. So if you're just joining us today, what we are doing is learning from the vision and the 12 years journey. And like CUS said, if you want to speak about entrepreneurship in Africa, what do you think entrepreneurship is about, or how you think entrepreneurship is going to help the continent of Africa, or even the world, you can raise your hand as I speak. And at the same time, if you have even any question about the vision, probably you want to learn from the vision, you can also ask. That's why Chief starts the fireside chat with everyone. But just to continue, just to ask before I continue, because of the Wi-Fi and power issue, I said, can everyone hear me loud and clear? Am I still very
Yes, we
audible?
can.
I hope there's no Wi-Fi glitch. Great stuff. Maybe you can always leave your mic on occasionally so that I can you guys can hear me. The first year, what was it like? That was your question. Wow, thinking about it now, it's I don't know what's gonna happen to me. But past, I think it was so I was emotionally drained, and I'm presenting myself, or you guys have presented me. Now be more emotionally drained today, going back into many stories that has gone in the past. But the first year was what defined me as an entrepreneur, as a leader, and as a visionary. The first year. The first year was what qualified me to be president of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. The first year. The first year was what built the foundation of the stamina that I possess today. The first year. So what am I saying? I'm saying that, dear entrepreneurs, your first year might sound similar like what I'm about to share. But let me just give you this short story. Within that first year is when I met people from different parts of Africa. shared with the vision with them, and I met 3 different types of people. I met a category of people that are now put together as what they call the SER team, S-E-R. And I think I gave it this name, S-E-R, 12 years ago. First are those who saw the vision. S. They really saw the idea. Yes, we need this in Africa. Oh, we love this. This has to be happening in Africa. This is good for African entrepreneurs. They saw the vision. They recognized that there was need for the vision continent of Africa. You know, it was, there's a quote that says, it sounded like an idea that should have been existing. Yeah, this is really important. We can do this. And then I also saw the E team, which are those who embraced it. Oh, I love this vision. This is amazing. You know, we're going to do this. Call me anytime. And, you know, let's make it happen. Until finally, I now met the R team, which are those that ran with the vision. Oh, yes, you know, let's keep running. Let's run. Let's make it happen. What do we need? When are we doing this and everything? But guess what? With the SER team, when we had, then all we had was meetings, not really anything. In the beginning was just meetings. So let's just meet once a week. Let's talk about the organization. Let's talk about our plan for Africa and everything. And yes, you get the seers. Yes, I see it. This is where we are going. They can see where we are going and everything. And I get the embracers. Oh, I love this vision. This is amazing. And the runners. Oh, let's run with it. But in the first week, you start having meeting appointments, and then you get there, and then there's 12 people, and then you gather. We talk about the plans, and then the second day, or the second week, you gather, we talk about the plans. And then there is a week, or there are weeks, where you will get to the location, and I will arrange the chairs for about 10, 15 people, and nobody shows up. And that aspect is one of the most defining moments for AYE, where I would sit down, because we will put our chairs like a circle, just about 10. And, you know, gathering 10 people together is not a big deal. Gathering 10 people together for 10 months, for 10 years, is the biggest deal. Without any form of religious backing or any form of financial backing. Now, why do I say religious backing? When you tell people, let's gather and let's pray to the Almighty Allah, let's gather, let's pray to God, there is already a foundational, relational foundational, a doctrine lifestyle that everybody has, that whether you call us or not, on Sunday we will gather. It was born in us, so it was easy. So let no pastor glamorize the congregation, or let no imam glamorize it. If anybody was to glamorize it, it's then the glory should go to Jesus or to Muhammad, because they started it. And everybody was just running under that. But I tell you that if you ask today, you will realize that Jesus Christ himself did not gather a large gathering. Maybe for one crusade where he fed 5,000, but they never had a gathering every time that this is every Sunday, this is where they met. That wasn't what he did. But what he did now gave birth to something where people now, you know, have these gatherings. Why am I saying this? Of course, we have people who take advantage of this gathering. It's money-making business for some people, and they've used it for their own advantage. But if you have a system where there is no religious backing and no financial backing in Africa, putting 10 people in a room for 10 days consistently, 10 months consistently, or 10 years is the hardest thing. So going back to the story, I will sit down and I will look at those empty chairs like, is it that these people do not, but they saw the vision. They embraced the vision. Even some of them ran with the vision in the beginning, brought the chairs, what then is the problem? And where I realized that the problem wasn't the vision is, for example, yesterday, where you will see part of those 10 people call me and write long letters, like I even say love letter. in appreciating the fact that I didn't stop. Now, many people who work with you on your team, it's not that they cannot or they didn't see the vision of your idea of your business. But consistency is the hardest trait of entrepreneurship. Is the fact that they don't have that consistency, that stamina to stay with a doctrine or with a process and just wait and watch it grow. And I now see those people applaud what we have been able to achieve. They were not able to achieve it, but they recognize what and appreciate what we have been able to achieve. Going back to that question, the first 1 year was really, really disappointing and at the same time really, really motivating. If you are able to sit at your business every week or every day or every year without thinking about who is there or who did not come or who did not show up, and you are able to self-motivate yourself, then you can build a business that will last 12 years and beyond. That simple process of me still coming and bringing that chair, not stopping, not caring, was what gave us the lifeblood that we are surviving upon right now. Because many of us would easily give up at the stage whereby you come and nobody shows up. You come again, nobody shows up. You come for the third time, nobody shows up. How often will you show up even when people don't show up in your business? How often will you show up even when people that once believed in you, when you call it, oh, I forgot the appointment time. Oh, I forgot the thing. And this now vision that we led to you, and you were given that stamina to move. That was when I wrote that quote, that in the process, when you feel like giving up and when you feel like dropping or throwing in the towel, remember that your stamina is one of the reasons why God chose you. Now, Africa's young entrepreneurs could not have been given to a person that does not have the stamina, because entrepreneurship in Africa alone takes a lot of aggressiveness. For us to be able to come together takes a lot of aggressiveness. So I want to encourage everyone to please know this. This vision was born out of business frustration. It was born because entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey. You are in it, nothing is working out, everything is in a mess. Some of you are going to pay salaries this month end. You're wondering how you're going to do it. There's no inflow. The inflation in the country now is making you disappointed. Why would you share that pain alone? Why? Why don't you just come in? If for any reason, I myself am so exhausted, but the music from the room, seeing people from different countries somehow has motivated me. People knowing that we are in the same boat, we're going through the same thing. And that's the whole essence of the vision, that we can create a platform where we can come together, help one another, motivate one another. And I can assure you that as your questions come, there will be more stories to tell. Chief of Staff, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Please, can we clap to that, please? Can we clap to that? You know, that's that lonely journey. Thank you so much. You know, your stamina is why God chose you. And many of us know of Mr. President's stamina. I don't know what to say about it. Many of us know. I think that's the summary. Many of us know. So I'm sure that Fayemi Tinu is PA, and you know, pretty much most of us are here. And I remember yesterday at the event, you know, we wanted to do a particular video. I remember the media aide coming to say we have to do a video after the appointment and all of that, and we were like, no, we can't do a video right now. President's face. President, I'm sure some of you can even see it with, like, if you pay attention very well, you would see that he's probably not slept in days. You know, and we were just asking ourselves, even while the appointment was going on, that. So she was telling me, she was like, this is over 2 days, he has not slept. I was like, yes. So we're now talking about when he was chatting us. So we're like, he texted me 2 a.m. and I'm like, He texted me 4 a.m. We're now calculating it to say, oh my God, like he didn't sleep at all, and yesterday had to be at that event, everything, I was still, I remember even yesterday, she was texting me that what of disappointment, what of disappointment, what of disappointment. Today again, Mr. President had to still, in preparation for a lot of things, Global Entrepreneurship Festival and all of those things, moving around. You needed to see the distance he walked today, this one will be here, this one, and it would repeat the same thing on sorry, something just came to my head. I can just remember how really frustrating entrepreneurship can be. I remember, I have to give this gist. I remember today when, we are supposed to meet 2 different vendors and one came early. So, and President just realized that, okay, so I'm going to explain to this first person, go all around, walk all the miles, and still come back when the other person arrived to repeat the same thing. And I just looked, I was like, why? Like, and it's to summarize all that he has just said. Your stamina is why God chose you. Your stamina is why God chose. And I remember while we were still talking about it, Mr. President had to speak somewhere today, and was supposed to also collect an award in a particular conference today. And at some point, he was like, okay, COS, continue this one. And me and this person, let's continue. I'm like, hey, please, let's celebrate Mr. President. Really, let's celebrate. This is coming from. Now, I said that celebration not from the things we say out there, not from even just seeing the organization, not seeing all the things all the results that you see. It's for the countless things that happens back door, the things that people do not see, the times that people do not know of, the tears that people did not know was shared, the pain that people did not know was carried. Those were the real times. Those were the real times. And before we ask Mr. President again the next question, I think it's also important to take another answer of what does entrepreneurship mean to Africa? And what does AYE mean to you? For those of us joining us for the first time, this is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization Entrepreneurship Assembly that happens every Saturday. And today we'll be taking we're doing an amazing session because to this period, yesterday, the organization clocked 12 years, doing the same thing for Africa, for 12 good years. And so one of the very good things to do is to celebrate and talk about it. And so today we're giving members to talk about the organization and of course to talk about entrepreneurship in Africa while listening to Mr. President himself, sharing with us insights into this journey. Having said that, I'll be calling on Dr. Aisha. I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 1 minute. What does entrepreneurship mean to Africa and what does AYE mean to you?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy new month.
Happy new month.
Actually, when I saw it yesterday, I was like, wow, 12 years of consistency, 12 years of friendship, 12 years of hard work, 12 years of coming together, 12 years of hope. That means out of 200 years that we have to work on this, we just have just 12 years out of it. And I'm so lost of words because I'm part of this family and the growth it keeps increasing each and every day. So the whole thing means the whole world to us. For me, it's like a backbone to my own business, to whatever I'm going to become in the future. So I don't think I can even move an inch without an AYE. As I said, it's my family. So you don't choose your family. God chooses your family for you. And when it chooses it for you, you hold it with your 2 arms. We may not be perfect, but we keep moving.
Oh, Thank you, Dr. Aisha, for that. Thank you so much. And of course, we know the drill. We'll just go right to asking the president the next question. And the next question is actually very simple. So there's a question I'm going to ask, and I'm sure that it's been on everybody's mind. When we get there, you just do like this once you know it's on your mind. And please, we can always make very good use of, our reaction button. And the next question that we'll be asking is, you knew about the now in the beginning, even to the point of the entrepreneurship festival, the entrepreneurship village. You were able to tell what the vision should be or become at the beginning. Tell us in brief the experience of knowing the beginning and the now, and how does it help businesses, especially those that are starting out?
I think this session very powerful. It's more or less, as you guys rebranded the entire session, this is more or less learning from the vision. And like you said, if anybody has any question, just raise your hand, ask your question using the vision, and would answer you specifically from the vision or from the experience from the 12 years journey. So if you have any question, as you said, remember to raise your hand and you can ask your question. I've seen some hands went up before and then it went down. I don't know if admin was putting them down, but please let's leave them up till the questions are asked. So learning from the vision is what we are doing today, and your question is seeing it from the very beginning. Now, yes, it was very clear. It was very, very clear. Every single thing. But I think the most difficult aspect was telling people, showing people what I saw. It's more believable now because some of you met me at this stage. You didn't. And should I tell you something? The people that are scared of me the most, you can quote this. The people that respect me the most are those that met me at the beginning. The people that will respect you the most are those that know your beginning while you are telling them of that vision. Some of you, if I say I'm going to build a tower now, it's easy to believe. Okay, even if he has not built the tower, he has built houses, so he will be able to build tower. He has relationships, he has connections. He should be able to build a tower. But do you know what it means when you are speaking to a group of 2-3 staff in a small garage, telling them we have a tower and we have an entrepreneurship village? Do you know how irresponsible you sound, especially when you have not paid salaries for like 3 months? And you are telling them about a vision that you will have an entrepreneurship village for an entrepreneurship ecosystem. Telling that story of what you saw is the hardest part. And if you notice, we use Joseph as an example. The biggest part was sharing his dream. At some point, I'm sure he was scared of saying that, no, this is what I saw. And the biggest part for some of you is sharing those dreams. And I can tell you have no choice but to tell that story. You have no choice but to share that vision, because you're only privileged by God to be able to see the future. You're only privileged by God to be able to see the future of that business of yours. It's a privilege. And not everybody is given that visionary high. So you have to then go back and inform your team what you have seen in that business of yours, in that idea of yours, in that innovation of yours. This is what I see. This is where I see yours going. So you owe them that. But they do not owe you their loyalty to that vision. They do not owe you their faith in that vision. The only thing I think is this. I think that somehow those that would see it with you have been, I don't know why I'm biblical today, but I feel like they've had their own journey to somehow. Like something has got to be shown to them too, even not everything. There's a grace that shows them something. And that's where they hold on to it as well. But to narrow down this question, because I foresee a lot of more questions coming in, yes, seeing the vision was clear. And to be honest with you, since 2013, we've had the AYE Tower designed, the E-Village land designed. There was no land, and we are designing it. We had the model, I had it on my system. You know, there was no money to even afford such a thing. The entire creating ecosystem for entrepreneurship was there. And the first thing we used as our slogan was Africa, the final destination for investment. One thing was clear, was that we are ahead. And a time would come, everybody will start talking about entrepreneurship. When we started, entrepreneurship wasn't the familiar language in Africa. It wasn't familiar. When we came into Nigeria and stuff, that's when a lot of organizations now coming up, entrepreneurship. Some of even people we met for collaboration, and those are the ones that even now started their entrepreneurship platforms. And the name started going on. Now we are happy that we're actually able to advocate for that name. But lo and behold, I'll tell you this, we haven't seen anything yet. We are already processing the future. Within the next 5 to 10 years in Africa, you're going to see what's going to happen to them when they start talking about entrepreneurship. And we would have gone very far by then. So I saw it, but the difficult part was sharing what I have seen and making people believe that I really saw it. But I'm glad to say that those that never believed then are the biggest ambassador of faith right now, because they saw the journey from that level to even get to this level. So if I could get those ones at that, if I could give them another opportunity right now, I'm sure they would jump and you know what? Or if I could give them an opportunity to come and speak, those would be the biggest speakers in relative to entrepreneurship and in relative to AY. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much. Please let's use the reaction button to, express ourselves and, to appreciate Mr. President for sharing in depth of the vision. So because I don't want to waste so much time, I have a couple of questions to still ask, and I also want to take in pretty much so many of those that their hands are up already, and I'll be calling on someone that I know is very special to this vision, right? Christian Atiga of Ghana. So I've asked you to unmute your mic. I'm sure you might have a question. You also might want to tell us what entrepreneurship means to Africa and what AYE means to you. You have 1 minute.
Yep. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am blessed to be part of this wonderful family. Actually, entrepreneurship is, the solution for Africa. Is the only way we can eradicate poverty in Africa, as he has put it in his vision. And having the big platform like this, I think, is one way we can use our voice to make changes in Africa concerning our political domain and any other aspect of Africa. That if you have one voice like AYE, we can change a lot of things in Africa. Coming to AYE, I think to some of us, AYE is our life. AYE is the one who opened our eyes into entrepreneurship. Because I could remember very well when Mr. President spoke to me about entrepreneurship, I knew nothing about it. So I have to go and read, and he really opened my eyes in whatever entrepreneurship is. So to some of us, AYE is who we are, is what has made us what we are today. And we know that AYE is taking us to a destination where this year we really count the numbers, and we are going to sell more, and we are going to make a lot of money. One of the things that, bubbles my heart, and I really want to ask Mr. President today, I want to find out how he was able to, accept some of us, that at times he will be expecting you to get some results, and you come back and you have nothing to show. And, for somebody who can have such a heart to tolerate all these years, I believe we really have to appreciate him. We really have to show our love for him, for keeping the vision till now, for not giving up, even though, he called us, we run away, we come back, and then but he's always it has to make sure that we get to where we can get to. So I would like to know how he was able to control his heart, and then we are here where we are today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. So before Mr. President answered that, thank you so much, Chris Tiga. That was a very, great question. But before President answers that question, because I have like 3-4 more questions. So let me add one question to this question, how he tolerates people, right? But to add, now, one of the questions comes from a particular story. How many of us have heard Mr. President talk about the story of 2 boys? If you've not heard that story, do whatever you can, right? Go to Mr. President's DM, anywhere. Just keep putting, we want to hear story of 2 boys. Just do whatever I can in life. Don't go through this life journey without hearing the story of 2 boys, right? And this amazing brother, Mr. Chris, is also someone that when we talk about the story of 2 boys, he knows a particular place, a particular location. So I remember seeing the picture when President showed me on the phone. Now, and in that picture, there is a part in story of 2 boys where Mr. President himself, not somebody else, looked at the sky, did like this zoo, right? And said, Mr. Chris understands, and that's why he's laughing this hard. And said, "Smite me, almighty smiter." If for those that remember, that movie, that was a deep level of frustration. Where you are saying, just if at this point, maybe take my life. This story, the location in question is in Togo or Ghana, if I'm right. And I know that Mr. Chris of Ghana, has a relationship to that question, to that story. Now, I believe that story is one of the toughest time of life, right? If it is that or something else, what got you to that point of giving up and saying, you know what, let the ground open up and let this just be the end? Or to that point where you shed tears, and why? And what kept you going? Or what wiped your tears away? How many of you know this question I just asked? You see it very well. What wiped your tears away? So please join the question together with, how you're able to tolerate all of us, not even just you, Mr. Chris, So thank you.
Thank you very much. And what a day of stories. What a day of stories. We learn a lot from stories. They're the most practical things ever. It's bigger than the formulas of textbooks and the dynamics of physics. It happened to a human being. It can happen to you. What do you learn from who it has happened to? So that by the time it happens to you, you know how to go about it. Or if it's happening to you, you know how to come out of it. So really, it's a day of stories. And if you have any question regarding 12 years journey, still feel free to raise up your hand. And I'm sure I'll be able to answer that, learning from the stories. So 2 questions in one. I'll first take that aspect of you talking about Chris and where I told God to kill me. Yes, I said, God, take my life now. And Chris knows that Hotel me va. I saw Chris wiping his eyes. I hope you were not crying remembering Hotel me va. So Hotel me va is the hotel where I told God to kill me. And Chris was the one that consoled me. The person in this room is the one that consoled me. And when myself and Chris met, this is not entrepreneurship.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. How long ago was this, sir?
Okay, good. Because I wanted to even say that this is not even entrepreneurship question. This is pre-entrepreneurship. This is me as a teenager. So I was still a teenager. Yeah, I think I was probably 17 or something. Like Theo said, go and read the story of 2 boys to know that story. And a 17-year-old boy that wanted to travel out of the country by himself. And then Chris was also a teenager, but only speaks French. So this Chris that is speaking English, see how fluent is English. Never had to speak English. He used to speak French. and a little bit of English. So it was like the only translator I had. And when I wanted God to kill me and I was frustrated, it was Chris that was consoling me in French and semi-English. So that story is another day, because it was a great, it's not really when I got to the journey. But have I cried before? Of course, I would answer that question on during my entrepreneurship journey. But Chris' question is quite profound. How do you tolerate? Number one, coming from a person with low tolerance, which is me, I hardly tolerate nonsense. And then being given this vision is another story entirely. So how do I tolerate? I tolerate because of the kind of people I was called to, the kind of people I was called for, the kind of people that I am to liberate. Why do I say that? Africa's young entrepreneurs are not going to be perfect. Africa's young entrepreneurs are not going to. I see somebody talking about tickets now. We'll talk about the tickets soon. Let's get to these questions first. Africa's young entrepreneurs are not Africa's. I wonder why God is not coming for Africa's business giants or Africa's. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like Africa's successful entrepreneurs. It would have been easy. The journey would have been easier. Tolerating them, they are already doing well. They know what excellence means. They know what professionalism means. They know how to attend Zoom meetings. I don't need to be, if I go to my board meetings and investors meetings or my partners, I don't need to start telling them how to attend Zoom meeting. But I have to do it when in our assembly. So Jesus was called for sinners. You cannot say, why did he tolerate sinners? Same to me, the kind of people I was called for were not going to be perfect. There's going to be a lot of imperfection in how they present themselves, how they walk, how they appear, how they do these things. And maybe also God knows that I had a low tolerance character. He knew that these people also will need somebody that would deal with them. I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He knows that he needs somebody that will make them sit tight and everything. But every time an assignment is given, there's also something else that I give to everyone I work with. Room to make mistakes. I already know that these people will make blunders. But when you come back with that blunder, expect fire. Expect to be burned. Why? Because there is a breed of you that I have seen, which is the Africa's young entrepreneur that the continent or other continents across the world will marvel. And to create those breed, as gold is to fire, so will these entrepreneurs pass through fire in being the finest part of themselves. So yes, I can tolerate entrepreneurs many times, but entrepreneurs will be burnt many times. That I can assure you. So that's how it's been done, and that is where I think this stamina thing is from, and how it's how I was given that grace to be able to what was it called, tolerate entrepreneurs and people that we work with. Sorry, a call just came in to interrupt me there. Have I cried before? Is a question I used to ask people. Have you cried before? What made you cry? And what wiped your tears? Yes, I've cried. I have cried. And for those who have not cried in this journey of entrepreneurship, you are blessed. You have a very strong support system. You have organizations, associations, or you have families, or you have investments that you can fall on. I've cried because the vision itself has frustrated my life. I've cried like my own tears is different. It's like if this cup is whatever, can you let it pass? But let your will be done. That kind of cry. I've cried that kind of cry, honestly, because it's so crazy. There was many. I see that storytelling, you won't even know when time passed. And it looks like you guys want me to continue this story. So do I have the opportunity to share like 2 stories of where I've cried? you can give me a reaction if you want me to really share, if you are not minding time. Because, well, it's our anniversary, so we can take an extra time to celebrate an anniversary. Okay, I will share. One of the stories is when we really started fresh. And, and that's why I really advise people not to give from a half cup or from an empty cup. Make sure your cup is semi-full before you really start impacting life, because the life you want to impact will also frustrate you. It can frustrate you. And I remember, we had this office in this office tower, downtown Johannesburg, Elof Street to be precise. Everything is ready. We're writing to some big corporations. They love the idea, the organization, the NGF thing was going well and everything. But inflow, nothing was coming in. And I was owing this landlord badly. And I would leave home praying that, God, this is this vision. Let these fundings come in so that we can sort out this landlord, we can sort out this staff and all these people working with this vision. And owing people is a different case, because you get to work, the body language, it's not even that easy anymore. And you have to keep telling them to believe in that entrepreneurship ability, entrepreneurship that some of us are working from now. We're telling some people to believe in it. So can you imagine? No bills have been paid. You're owing the landlord over 6 months. But what I hate about this, my landlord, is that every time, once it's on the 1st of the next month, he comes and he switches off the power supply for that building. So frustrating. Like, how will you work? You can't use the system, you can't use the laptop. On the 1st, one day. And guess what? His name is Don, a mafia name, and it's from Italy. So how will you go and collect a property from a mafia, a man that is from Italy, and again, his name is Don? That was one of the biggest mistakes I did. And what made me cry on this particular occasion was, at this time, we got a reply, and the United States Information Service, USIS, was going to fund us. They were interested. This is deep, everything. This story is so crazy. I can't believe I'm telling it right now. And we were so excited. Everybody so excited. It's finally jackpot, 6 months salary. You guys were going to be paid. Our vision has answered, that kind of a thing. But before they fund you, they come and verify your address. So they've given us a date. Say, let me give an example. Say they're coming on the 15th of March to verify your address. Lo and behold, on the 1st of March, same like yesterday, the Don came as usual. And this time around, it's like, where's Morel? Where's Morel? What's your real? I'm like, it's still first. Wait, this time around, USIS is coming. They're ready for us. They're going to fund us. We have to pay you like 7 months, 8 months. And he left. He was pissed off. Guess what he did? This time around, Don switched off the power of the building and locked all of us inside, locked us in the building. So, can you imagine? You have not paid your staff for months. And then you are locked in the same building with them. Now they can't go home. And then they are coming to you. That, we don't even want salary anymore. Can we at least go home? And this is what I said, that loyalty is only valid when it's tested. Even the loyal ones that you said, this particular PA, she's very loyal, Sabrina Shepherd. She won't back down. She's strong. The next game, Francis, I gotta go home now, right? My husband is calling me. He's calling me. I'm like, we called this landlord. He never came. He locked us there till like 2 a.m. and he came to open the building at 2 a.m. I was frustrated. The staff were leaving. No transport. There's no Uber there now. No transport money. I was supposed to take them around. I could not take them around to drop them because I have no gas in my car. Everything, when frustration meets over frustration, and you're also with frustrated people need encouragement from a person that has been frustrated. So the frustration was jamming. It was too much. And I was overwhelmed. And I begged Dan, I'm like, please. Dan said, you know what, get out. Get out. And they sent us away, and the staff, I can't even remember how they got home. And me, I got home around, I think 4 a.m. I can't remember. I just tried to drop everybody, whatever. And as I got home at 4 a.m., and I sat down like this, that like, what is happening? The lights of the house just went off. Shh. I've not paid rent at home. That's it. Like, no, God. No, no. Why? Like, if I'm really to impact lives, why? Why? And that was really so bad. You would think it will end there. Frustrations keep building. And I'm sure some of you will be wondering, what happened USIS? I think it was, I can't remember, maybe $10,000 or something funding. Because USIS is coming and Dan has locked us out, what I decided to do is, okay, since you have locked us out, I've already given this address to USIS and they're going to come and money is coming. We now went to print our own name, company name, the entire building, a banner, a temporary banner. So by the time USIS comes, I'll say, see the building, this is the address, see it, and I will stand outside, like, I'm just waiting outside for coffee and everything. So this is, and if they say they want to go inside, we'll be like, no, just find one excuse for them. And yes, I was trying, we were ready, but the last money to go and print a banner, even that printer, I don't think I paid him the complete money. Oh, the beginning of entrepreneurship, it's crazy. I think I have a quote that says, the life of my early stage in entrepreneurship, I was like a newborn baby. I cried myself to sleep many nights and I had many sleepless nights. This was one of those nights. USIS guys, 4 guys, 3 guys, 1 Chinese, 3 white guys, 1 Chinese guy. I drove their car and I saw them. I'm like, oh, Francis, oh, this is the bureau, yeah, this is where we are. While I was talking to USIS, done. That demon, done. And he saw my own business name on his building in front of the funders. So it's like don't say anything, like don't come close. So I saw him walking to sign that verification, address verification done. Done blasted. What the hell is this? What, it made me lose everything, lost the feeling. At that time, I was even frustrated. I faced him. I was like, you know what, you're useless, man. Take your victim. Our last hope to pay you even for a year. You did it yourself. So, serious. Let me cut that story short. That's the tears. It was so bad. It was so ugly. The only thing that keep wiping up the tears, I will tell you for now, is the vision where we are right now. The end goal. I just sit down and I see it again. And because it's a beautiful scene, it's so motivating. Honestly, the end of AYE is so beautiful that if you can watch it, you will go through any storm. If the idea, the innovation, that marriage relationship that you have, if truly you can see something so beautiful that is worth fighting for, I can assure you, like I always say, your destination will be your motivation. If the end of AYE that I saw wasn't that good, I would have given up a long time ago. And that's why I would say the most luckiest or the luckiest members and team members of AYE are the last ones to join. So those of you that are joining us for the very first time, you are the luckiest ones, because the later you are, the closer to the excitement and the reward of the organization. Thank you very much.
Woo. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much, Mr. I wanted to say I can imagine, but I think the truth is I can't imagine. You know, and thank you for staying true to the vision. You made me remember a particular place in the Bible I really like. You know, in Hebrews 12, it explained that even Jesus couldn't endure the cross. Even Jesus at some point wanted to give up. You know, there was this part that was even saying, even Abraham could not give up Isaac. Told us that even Abraham could not give up. Gave us all of them that we thought, you know, they had faith. He's saying a lie. That's what the Bible actually said. And he said in Hebrews 12, he said, because of the joy set before him, he endured the cross. You know, so the simple answer Mr. President gave is the joy of that beautiful end. You know, because of that joy, he was able to endure whatever came. And that is a very brilliant, a very touchful one, a very brilliant one, and really inspiring and encouraging, even for myself, and I believe a lot of people right now. You are inspired, understanding that though it might tarry, but yet it would always come. Understanding that in the end, it would always be fine. It would always be well. If it's not well, it's not the end. Most times all we just need to do is endure till the end. Thank you for being a living example of what it means to endure, to the end. And because of our time, I would only take just 2 people to answer together and one last question for Mr. President. But the question I have, baby, so it's just going to be one last question and 2 people answering together, right? So I saw Titilayo, a hand was up at some point, right? And I would really want to hear from her and Itopa. Just the 2 of them, and that will be all for today. And we take one question from Mr. President, and we can then call it a day. So, Titilayo, you have 1 minute, 30 seconds this time because of our time, and Itopa, to ask your question if you have any question. You also have... Okay. Okay, I don't think I can see Titilayo again. I don't think I can see Titilayo. Okay, so I'll just take Del and Itopa. Okay, I can see her trying to flash a mic. I can see her trying to flash a mic. So please with the okay. Okay, with the permission of Mr. President, I'll just take the 3 of them together, 30 seconds each. If you have any question, you can ask a question. You can tell us how entrepreneurship is beneficial to Africa or what role it plays in Africa. And you can tell us what AYE means to you, right? What AYE means to you. So you're just going to go 30 seconds each. So quickly, I've asked Titilayo to unmute your mic. Then from there, I'll take Itopa and I'll take Del. I'll take Del and Itopa. Good evening.
Good evening, all. Yes, like you said, entrepreneurship means a lot to Africa because it brings positive change in our community and it helps build lives of others. What AYE means to me, it means a lot because it's a place where I have learned so many things from Mr. President. I've used it in my business, in my way of life, in my dealings with people, in everything. So my question is, he had said some of it, but those people, your SER team and your R teams, now, how do they feel like they have not been a part of the journey from the onset? Has any one of them approached you to even say, wow, if I had known, I would have followed you through up till now? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that quick one. So we'll just add that to the list of questions, and thank you for letting us know how AYE means to you. And without wasting much time, I'll just go to Del. Del, you have 30 seconds, and we finally take Itopa. Del, I've asked you to unmute your mic. And please put your camera in such a way that we can see your face, if you don't mind. We're just seeing your beautiful forehead.
I'm a bit in that place. Can you see me now?
It's better. Just bend your camera down so we can see your face. Not your lights. We can see you. It's your camera. Just bend it down. Do something like this.
The system I'm using can.
Good. We can see you. Good.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is not Del, just that I connected with my laptop. My name is Tina Grom or Goswin. Yes, I got to hear about AYE. That's last 2 weeks. Yes, I bet to join, but they didn't share the link on time. After the program, one of the facilitators, one of the Ondia workers to give me, which he did. He shared the link. I joined and I was waiting for today to come so that I will learn from those who have the knowledge already. the entrepreneurs, those who are in the field already, like our chairman, Mr. Smart, praying that God will give me the grace to continue learning from him. I'm just here to learn and also to connect with other people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, God's will, and welcome again to the family. It's good to have you. Trust me, it's always an amazing place to be, and you always want to be a part of AYE every Saturday, and of course, in other activities and events or engagement that we have, which you already know one coming on the way, which is the Global Entrepreneurship Festival. And again, if you do not have your ticket yet, I'll go to Itopa for 30 seconds. Itopa, you have 30 seconds.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's a pleasure again having the privilege to speak, even though Mr. Chief of Staff has always been wondering why I don't talk. Well, by the grace of God, I always listen more before I speak. First, I want to appreciate Mr. President for this journey. I don't envy you. However, I appreciate that. Entrepreneurship in
So I don't know if it's just me, but I can't hear Itopa anymore.
This
Okay.
is power supply, so you can.
Oh, it's power supply. Okay, that's probably his internet. Okay, so without wasting much time, I'll just go on to the other questions that I have for Mr. President, and we'll just take, all of them all together. I would have really, wished to hear from Itopa his question, because people that listen first, well, they always have things to say, when it's time. So I just have two more questions to ask, Mr. President, right? And okay, so one of them that I'm to ask, Mr. President has answered that already. But the last one that I will ask is, throughout your 12 years as president of the foremost entrepreneurship network in Africa, have you encountered any instances of betrayal or challenges from within the network? If yes, how did you go around it, or what did you do? Right. So the other question I'd have asked is your most painful event and challenge ever. So, and I believe that you've shared some couple of them. So we'll just take, have you encountered instances of betrayal or challenges from within the network? So let's even say from within the R of the SCR, right? So that will be the final question. And anything you would like to say, as a closing statement on this 12th anniversary of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As we begin to round up, I want to thank everybody who participated, all that spoke, and all that asked questions. Thank you for also giving me the opportunity to reflect back in seeing. I see Mr. Sunni's hands just open now, but we'll see with the moderator. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Okay, moderator, what do we do? Do we answer in first? And so, guys, please make sure you always raise your hand during the session so that we can also
I'm sorry,
do that. But
I'm sorry, I just something just came to me, and I just wanted to ask Mr. President. Actually, that's why I put my hand up immediately, and I didn't want to let this opportunity go, because I think this is something that you can actually share so much, Mr. President, and that's why even though it was a little late, I thought I shouldn't pass this opportunity by. So, if with your permission, can I ask you this particular question that I have in my mind?
Please do.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to know. You said you saw the journey when you started AYE, and to now, you saw this. You saw what was in store for AYE and for all of us, and where we are going to be. I want to know, what is it that you see 12 years from now? Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Wow. And thank you for the question that made me smile and made me excited. Reason is other question has been making me reflect back, but the last question that you asked made me really smile and excited, and I will tell you why. Going to Titilayo, how do you feel? So I think Titilayo's question was, yes, how did some of those members feel? How did they feel? Yeah, how do they feel seeing the progress that has happened so far? You know, there is a quote that I once published that I said that when I was young, I wonder where enemies came from. Now that I'm old, not only do I know where they came from, but I also know why they came. Some categories of people that will leave you during your journey would come back to you and appreciate you, or very few. They will commend you, they will celebrate you. But note, guys, from experience, it will be very, very few. The highest category will become enemies for no reason. Why? It is the pain of what they missed out on, and there is no cure to it. The only simple cure would be to come, humble thyself, and say, oh, I respect, I applaud, and I appreciate. And not everybody can do that. Nobody can leave you and your idea, and 5 years after, they want to do that. Because 5 years after, they should have really survived. They should have really gone higher. Forgetting that you also understand, 5 years also, you also know that it's not easy. But that staff, that team member, that partner of yours that left you, 5 years from now, the only way we come back is if he has that multi-billion-dollar empire and is coming to you in a Rolls Royce. He or she said bye because they believe they can do better and faster to that journey. Now they ran on their journey on the lane and they are not still there. Coming back without a Rolls Royce, especially if it's a bicycle, will bring enmity. And for no reason, you have made new enemies. And that's why they say some of our enemies, if not most of our enemies, were once friends. So please note, you didn't do anything wrong. I see Udochukwu really smiling about this. You did no wrong to that woman. You did no wrong to that man. You did no wrong to anybody. But it's just your progress and your success that is giving that issue. Another condition is if you fail, they will come back. If you break down, they will come back. And they will even console you and be there. They left because they believed, most of them now, I'm not talking about in all scenarios, but in most cases, they left because they believe your idea is done. It cannot go. It is failed. It's a failed business. So if your success has proven them wrong. So Titilayo, some of them came, applauded, like I said even yesterday, one saying, congratulations, oh, this is your faith in entrepreneurship, see what it has done. Wow, they will say all those things. But most of them would see it. And every time they see that status of yours and that progress of yours is killing them of what they missed out on. And it is a pain that is nobody's fault. Thank you. COS built on that conversation to ask, on this SER team, has there been anyone that was betrayal like? Yes. There is also a quote that I published, and that's why if you see me, most of my life, I put them down in quotes because I read quotes a lot, and I believe a simple quote changed my life. So I decided to start writing quotes. It's not until it's a full book. If you can decode the quotes, it can cure you of many things. And that quote is that an European or Westerner or whatever, I can't remember how I put it in that quote, sees a business that is doing well and wants to patronize it. An African sees it and wants to open the same. That is one of the issues we have in Africa. That the moment a team member or one of your team that you groomed, and that's why I said that you cannot drown who taught you how to swim. Be very, very careful. I repeat, you cannot drown who taught you how to swim. The moment they believe that, that's when you start seeing that, say you have, let me use bioservices now. Bioservices and venture, and I work with bioservices and venture, and I've been doing for 2 years, and forgetting how I came, he has been able to groom me. Me too, I think that, let me also start Tao Services and Venture. We don't believe in entrepreneurship. We don't really believe in partnerships. We don't believe in growing in the system and claiming stakes within the system. Forgetting that one of the shortcuts to success is plugging to one on this way to success. If you have an opportunity to plug in, why not I plug with bioservices instead of me starting another scratch and another journey from the beginning? And that was those things that really, really happened. And it happens in ministries as well. I'm sure you've seen some Redeemed churches. They say this one came out of Redeemed Church. It started this star, this moon church, this one too we start. So this is I use this word because that's very close to ministries, because a resident pastor too will say it was called. And sometimes I feel for those pastors. I'm sorry. Why am I laughing? I'm laughing because if I wake up in the morning and tell my senior pastor that I was told, you can't say God did not call me. You were not there. So you can't debunk my claim. You're supposed to be happy for me if truly you're a man of God. So I wonder how those pastors even deal with it when the junior pastor come and say, I was called to open my own church in another street. He'll be like, oh my, if I was the pastor, I'll be like, when did God call you? What time? Exactly what time? When? Just tell God to speak to me too, so that I can confirm that you called me. You want to live with half of my congregation. So they go through this as well. You'll be surprised if some of them tell you that story. That junior pastor will go with maybe 500 congregation, something somebody else built, because we don't believe in building together. So those things would happen, but always remember that it's part of the journey. And no matter how much they claim ownership of that vision, of that fruit that fell from your vision, I will tell you one this thing today. The seed of that fruit belongs to you. Should I repeat it? No matter anyone that breaks out of you, that starts whatsoever, and no matter how much they claim the fruit of that vision, the seed of that vision belongs to you. If you doubt it, or if they doubt you, tell them to open up the fruit, check the seed inside, and you will find you there. You will find them still mirroring your plans, still using the same template you used in your company, still using your organization's core values, still using things that they took from you. And if not for anything, their conscience will always tell them the truth. Find peace in that. And find peace in the fact that people are growing from you. And if people need to grow, that is what we even promote. Grow the right way and promote the right way. My closing statement, or before I give the closing statement, thank you, was the last from Mr. Sunim. What do I see in the next 12 years? And you won't believe this, Mr. Sunim. The answer I wanted to give, my closing statement, was the answer to your question. Listen carefully, everyone. If you have missed everything I've said, listen carefully to this. I'm actually going to drink water. If you like, miss out even. If you want to go out, because this part is for a particular person. And I can take my time to see this. I can spend years staying here to say this, so that all the people that negative forces want to disconnect your system should disconnect it now. Any evil that want to disconnect you off now can disconnect you out, because I do not mind to tell one person. If I could have my way, I would delay and get only one person to hear this. what do I see? Guess what, entrepreneurs? All the while, 12 years ago, that I was seeing this entire vision, many of you, and most especially my team members, who think I saw the entrepreneurship village, I saw the African Silicon Valley, I saw amazing stuff, I saw the towers, I saw all those things. And think that's really what really got me excited. But listen to these guys. One of the things that I saw at that end was you. I saw you successful. I saw you give back big time. I saw entrepreneurs that I knew how they started from scratch, that I knew as SMEs, medium skills, small skills, grow into big platforms. I saw you as a giant. I saw you as a business mogul. Honestly speaking, I have seen you successful. It was one of the biggest motivating factors. If you don't believe or you think I'm hyping you, let me break this ice so that you will know I didn't hype you. My great-grandchildren, my grandchildren, my children, school fees will not be paid by me. That is what I saw. It's going to be paid by you. See, I'm not speaking to everyone. I'm speaking to that particular person that is feeling what I'm saying now. You're going to be so wealthy, and you remember that it's this platform. And when I started, I used to go there on Saturdays. I connected with it, and just it believed in me. And just because they believed in me, I want to give back. So what did I see? I saw an institution, I saw everything, but I also saw entrepreneurs that came and be like, let's empower Africa. Let's remove Africa out of poverty. So those entrepreneurs, how would they do that if they're not successful? That's why I'm saying this is not a hype. I am not hyping you. I am saying I see you successful. Successful enough to impact Africa, to give to Africa, to like, you will not believe how much success I saw you in. And that is why even when I am so down and exhausted, I still come to this gathering once again to give back to you at this stage because I so much believe in you. In 12 years' time, what do I see? I see a completed ecosystem of entrepreneurship system in the African Silicon Valley. Live and direct. We are inside, we're having fun. The Global Entrepreneurship Festival is massive. People around the world, is the one-stop thing for entrepreneurs, marking their calendar every year. I see William in a very powerful institution. I see Titilayo in a business. I see Mary in Mauritius. You're doing wonders. I see Opemi. I see Wesley. 12 years' time, Grace, you will not believe what I see in you. I see Intopa. I see Martin. I see a lot of you guys in this room successful. 12 years' time. Please do not disappoint me. Do not. And I can promise you one thing. If you stay in tune, we will get there together. Honestly, your downtime, your ugly times, we'll be there with you, Sadiat. Ateretosi will be there with you. Busayo will be there with you. Sophie, we're going to be there with you. Unlock the times where you feel like everything is just down. We'll be there with you, Raymond. We'll be there with you, Deborah. We'll be there with you, Loretta. Pokola Grace will be there with you. We will see you through those processes, Love, Rachel. And together, you will pass through all these challenges, Bukola. Babatunde, you will pass through all these things, TV Bigs, and you would get to that destination, and we will congratulate you. Once again, happy celebration to every one of us. It's going to be rough, but stay tuned, stay together. Because if you can achieve all you have achieved all by yourself, how much more can we achieve together?
Can we
Thank you so
achieve
much, guys.
together? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. That was wonderful. Thank you. You know, I see some DM. I think the chat room is not open. So I think this is a good time to open the chat because I'm saying thank you for seeing us and I'm a benefactor of it and still will till eternity. I'll be successful in Jesus' name. I will not disappoint you, Mr. President. We love you. So please, let's just open the chat so that these messages can come directly to Mr. President. And one very important thing that I would like to do before we call it a day today. Do you remember when Fireside Chat is done? President always asks us to do something. He says, give the special guest, you know, the biggest emoji of love that they can ever have from a virtual platform. And he has been the one, you know, they say when water got you water. You know, guys, for the first time, you know, it is what paying your time, you know, on the virtual assembly, on the entrepreneurship assembly today. So please, let's keep the love coming. If it goes off the screen, just try and turn it back again. Dr. Aisha Wesley, I can't see your love. Inspired Oluwatosin, I can't see your love. Udochukwu, just go use the reaction button and just, you know, take your love up, take your love up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. President. You mean so much to us. We are grateful for having a visionary leader like yourself. You know, we are grateful for not giving up. We're grateful for you, you know, going on and on through the thick and thin when it's tough, when it's tiring, when there is a dawn today and another dawn tomorrow. You know, you say, yes, I see the end. And the beautiful part is seeing the end and not just seeing maybe buildings and not just seeing places and not just seeing ideas, but, you know, seeing us. Right, seeing us successful, which is more than anything. Thank you so much, Mr. President. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's Entrepreneurship Assembly. Please go onto your platform and just wish AYE anything. Tag AYE. You know, we're going to share some of those things. So go on social media, go on Instagram, tag AYE, expressing, you know, whatever it's on your mind, prayers and all that, you know, for the 12 years. It's a 12 years of hard work, of painstaking effort, of dedication, of commitment, of impact, you know, and we are grateful. We are grateful that this part of us who did not start from the 12 years, you know, like Mr. President said, the latter, the better, right? We are enjoying the better benefit that comes to being part of this great organization. Thank you so much. So please, let's talk about it. Let's bring in more people. Let's come into the next assembly, coming with a lot of people, you know, there's one thing I believe in. You know, there's this thing that comes to my mind. You know, when people say, "Oh, when I make so much money, you know, I'll do something for my mother." You know, you don't know tomorrow. You don't know tomorrow. So, and Mr. President has taught us on how to give, even what we don't have. So these are times where you remember the organization, you remember Mr. President and say, okay, I just got it laid in my heart to, you know, do this thing, to do this kind of impact. And one thing I know even for Mr. President is, for him, is joyful when you even just give this thing to African brothers and sisters everywhere. You remember in our creed, it says that, and I would love and support, you know, the support part, my fellow Africans everywhere I go. So everywhere you are, if you're supporting fellow Africans, if you're supporting our work, if you're supporting, you know, what we do, you are definitely, you know, doing what the creed says. Thank you so much again, Mr. President. It's been an amazing time with you, learning and understanding the vision, seeing all that you went through for us. You know, we're grateful and we pray that God continually to bless you, to keep you, and to make you grow from grace to grace, strength to strength, and from glory unto glory. Thank you so much once again, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's Entrepreneurs Assembly, and I'll be giving the mic to our amazing moderator today to take us on the closing mantra. And right after that, we just dance, and, you know, we dance the anniversary in churches. You will do Thanksgiving offering, you know, and Thanksgiving dance. I'm sure the kids is prepared for Thanksgiving music and Thanksgiving dance, you know. So guys, let's give Thanksgiving dance right after the creed, and that will be all for today. Again, I am the Chief of Staff to the amazing visionary of this organization. Thank you so much for having us today and for being part of today's Entrepreneurs Assembly. Over to you, Madam Okpayemi.
Oh, thank you very much, Chief of Staff. That was a very, very intense and wonderful session. And thank you, Mr. President. The reason why I said I was not going to actually come in anymore was because I was actually feeling very emotional and I might just start crying and I don't want to do that openly. And I'll just just go ahead and do the other question. And it was quite an emotional session for me because I was just imagining those things that Mr. President didn't even get to share that might just be deeper than the things that he shared actually. And I still look forward to that moment where we get to even hear deeper things about the journey. It's been a wonderful 12 years. 12 years of so many things, so many things. Mr. President, you're strong. I don't know where you get your kind of energy from, but I just pray that that energy that has kept you thus far, we will all have. And that energy as well will keep all of us going and then to keep carrying on the vision. And that make you proud because when we make you proud is when we can then reward you for all the things that you have done. If we give you money, we cannot totally pay for all the things that you have done. But when we do greater things and then we make you proud, then we can say we are fully repay you for all the things that you have done for us. Thank you so much, Mr. President. And thank you everyone for staying this far as well. All right, let's take it to the closing mantra. And then if you're just joining us, so we have a closing mantra. And I would say if you can achieve this much alone, and then you respond by saying, how much more can we achieve together with excitement? All right, are we ready? Okay, so Africa's entrepreneurs in this room, if you can achieve this much alone, how much
more can we achieve
together? Thank you very much.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
Choosing your battle, pick yourself up and dust yourself off and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it all, believe it. When you fall, get up, oh, and if you fall, get up, cause this is Africa. This time for Africa. Listen to your God, this is our motto. Your time to shine, don't wait in line, y vamos por todo. People are raising their expectations. Go on and feed them, this is your moment, no hesitation. Today's your day, I feel it. You pave the way, believe it. If you get down, get up, oh, when you get down, get up, hey. Tamina, mina, sankalewa. This time for Africa. Tamina, mina, hey, waka, waka, hey. Tamina, mina, sankalewa. Anawa, Tamina, mina, hey, waka, waka, hey. Tamina, mina, sankalewa. This time for Africa.
I'm well on my journey, biggie, biggie, mama, one A to Z. My sister's all on my journey, biggie, biggie, mama, from east to west. My tea, waka, waka, my waka, waka, my This is Africa.
Dans la vie, y a pas de sommité. Bienvenue le caca les chanceliers. Yemona papa meta, la mama ina elena. She's a better. There is a number milliardaire. Funny mon baka. Yemekala nina pedrao, kuteya kaseye. MVPC bomba, PDGU. Bonelon desa. Voici ce pétard, appelle Pascal Jacosa. Olivier Boundi, président. Les consul Pluriel, les Belges. Honorable Franck Akisha, depuis Abidjan. Adalemia, Laga-Laga. Atuli, Atula Saga. Adalemia, Laga-Laga. Atuli, Atula Saga. Tina, 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 Tina. Adane ne souffre, mobala kuna kaka. Bisoni sosanda di kona di kuma mama kona di ningaite. Président Rabale Papa, la Pochapoli, SF David Marocain suprême. Achena yo yo, il faut que j'y mette. Signal de yo yo, puis maman il dit ça maman. Emmanuel Valérie, yo ne m'en connais. Je lui mets tuer les créateurs, je ne dors pas mi dragon. Maître Bata le Borso, international Malia Fala Isako. Personne ne connaît Messi, Caprice le Yannick Spiritus, parcours normal là. Personne ne peut le mona magana. La mona mamebada, auquel yango qui dégère. Le de Anda Basiti, le miba pour Misayon. Résident Costa de Como, l'écoutez. Chérie, c'était mon conti. Loïc, Samy, yo yo yo.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now